Everybody, welcome back to Platypus is the name. Today, we are talking about NAGA 5. You can see I've already cleared it. This is the exact team that I used. Actually, I used Glimmer Dagger. It was by mistake, but I actually think it's good because I'm using Yuki. So we'll consider using it here. But this is the team I used. We will, let me go over quickly why I used it here. So one, this fight is not that hard, I'll be honest. I don't know if I need to make a guide, but in case anyone's struggling, let's go with it. And I understand you may not have the exact same team I do. This is, after all, a gacha game. Most people's accounts are going to look different, but the point is, if I could beat it with a bunch of 4 stars, even with their weapons, like, you could probably beat it with stronger 5-star character units, is kind of, you know, it's, if I could do it, you could do it. And in fact, I beat it, and I'm going to beat it without using my highlight at all, just to further handicap myself, because I didn't feel like I needed it for this fight, and I want to make it as easy as possible, basically, to follow this. So, what's the idea here? We're using Sumi. Sumi is just, he's our main damage dealer. We need someone that can kill the boss. We're using Yuki as our primary support, and we're using Shun as kind of, he's just good at debuffing people. Also, I just wanted to use him because he has the new reload gun thing. His gun is pretty good, and he works really good with Sumi. Sumi works really good with Yuki, so this is kind of just a good team in general. Also, we are using the Anubis and Pazuzu to basically get as many curse stacks onto a character as we can, and then try to execute them with the Pazuzu. That is the goal of what we're doing, and then we have a little bit of AoE for later in the fight. And we are going to use the Ex Machina Dagger. You probably know this one does damage and boosts the attribute of the main persona you bring, so it'll bring more curse damage. And then this is the fight we're going to, this is the character we're going to use. We're using Puppet just for survivability. The biggest issue with using a budget team on this is just surviving for the first 3 turns, basically. If you can survive the turn 3, you'll probably win this fight. And if you can't survive the turn 3, then you already lost. So it's actually kind of a little visceral in that regards. So let's jump in. Very first thing you're going to notice, he seems to, I don't know if he always gets the first turn, but he does with this team. He comes in, he does an attack, kind of annoying, but not that bad, honestly. He gets 2 attacks because Sumi is weak to lightning, but he missed, so in this case it was. So before we get into the fight, in case I need to do it multiple times, I'm gonna actually, because there's a little bit of RNG, I won't lie. We are going to actually take a look at what he does, and then I will start the fight. So basically, you can see the fight's gonna start. He's gonna apply this shield to everybody. These guys have 3 stacks, he has 5 stacks. These decrease damage they take by 15% per stack. So at 5 stacks, it's 75% damage decrease. And every time they get hit with a skill, they lose a stack. So even if a skill hits 5 times, it's going to remove 1 stack. That's how that works. Then he attacks with an AoE lightning. The other little guys, they basically attack with some combination of AoE lightning and single target lightning. Their damage is not negligible, but it is much less than the big guy. Then after the big guy does the shield, he does the attack. His next turn, he's going to do an attack, and he's going to lock on to somebody. Then the turn after that, he's going to start healing everyone besides himself, apply more shields. Then he is going to execute his lock-on attack, which is a very powerful attack that we should be able to tank. It does, like, you know, it depends on your stats, but like 12,000 damage. But if Yuki has enough shields on everybody, we should be able to make it work. So let's actually just go ahead and see how this fight goes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Sacral Glow on our boy Sumi here. That gives her a couple gavel stacks right out the gate. Already up to 3, let's go. And I believe every time he takes an action, she gets a blessing as well, right? Is that exactly how it works? Because, and then when he gets a blessing, I guess it didn't, you know, 1 second. It does give the blessing stack, but he gets it at the start of the turn. That's right, not the end of the turn. All right, so we're gonna start with our gun here. This is just gonna give Sumi a many stacks, which is what we want. And our gun will then be reloaded again in a couple turns here. So he gets to do his boom, his follow-up, which is fantastic. Then we get to do we're going to do this one here. Just give some curse on the boy. He's already up to 5 curse stacks. That did put him up to 6, maybe 7. Nah, not 7. Yuki's not great at increasing that, but if you are running the new Seaside Tomoko, he's got a pretty good job there. 7 curse stacks. Let's go, pop off. I do feel like him doing his follow-up should give Yuki her gavel stacks. I don't know why it's not, because it is him. I guess maybe it's a follow-up action. Maybe we do want the Glimmer Dagger for Yuki, just to help her keep everyone alive, because I don't know if we're going to have enough here. I might need to switch that specifically, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and give it a go. I think we got to give... no, I think we have to give you the shield. We might even have you just defend for, what, 1 turn? Is that big of a deal? I think we die if we don't have you defend, right? So go ahead and do the judgment here. It's only 3 stacks, and that's normally supposed to be 5 stacks. I think the Glimmer Dagger is what made it 5 before. All right, let's just keep attacking. Boom, 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 boom. 8. 9 curse stacks. Yeah, this would bring him up to... Oh, he went up to 10? We'd be able to get him up to 12. Yeah, if I just use Soy's... You know what? Let's see if we can survive by using Icy Defense instead of lowering defense. That should just make us much harder to kill in general. And then we will switch here, and we will go ahead and do some curse stacks. It's not going to kill him, but it might be able to keep us alive here. Just by having that extra damage. Hopefully he doesn't crit. The shock could actually make that pretty annoying. We're good. We're good. I actually think the Glimmer Dagger might be OP for this specific fight. We'll see. And there we go. See, he healed all of his boys. But that's not the end of the world. I think we have to... Are we in danger? Haha, I'm in danger. Let's do this. We give everyone Blessing, but we break some shields, and mostly it will give her ready for next turn. And now... Yeah, I will say highlights would make this way easier. It would just increase our damage and our survivability a lot, but who needs that stuff? You know, we've got guns, bro. All right, let's go ahead and give him a good old smash hit. Get a big defense down, and now do some big damage here, Boro. Okay, not dead yet. He's only at 3 stacks. Let's just try to do this anyway. See if it kills him. Not quite. That's gonna be rough. Let's see if we live here. Normally that's the turn I would kill him, but I think not having the full stacks on the gavel stacks made our damage go just a little bit lower. Don't attack. We lived. Not even close, bro. Yeah, so I'll admit that's a little bit closer than we had to make it. 51 HP. Maybe we should, no, we're still going to use Little Mermaid Blessing here because now we actually have the juice. Now, so the fight is basically over at 30 actions. Now we just have to actually clear all of these dumb ads, basically. We got to actually clear these guys. So it's probably, even though it's a little weird, I think we actually have to use Absurd Comedy early on to just get rid of these shields ASAP because they neglect so much of the damage that we deal. And you have your gun back now. This will be good for getting everyone's defense down, and it'll give Sumi all those stacks again. I didn't realize how good the Glimmer Dagger was on with Yuki on the team. That, I guess that Blessing, maybe it guarantees hits her because she's the only blessed character. So maybe it's not as random as it sounds. We are going... Do we want to use her, or do we want to use our AoE? We can deflect Curse on everybody. I think this probably just does... Which does more damage. Let's. I think this is going to do more damage. Maybe not. That might be kind of low, actually. Look at him go. But the point is, the fight, I would normally skip this part, but let's just make sure we actually do it. We do have to. We have 80 actions, and we're about halfway, but we're more than halfway through the fight. Now it's just about executing, right? These guys just... Their damage is so low. It's kind of weird how easy this part of the fight is. It's not a very complex fight. That's all I'll say, I guess. So you're only at 2 stacks, and in fact, we'd probably get Puppet up again. So let's just go ahead and do this here. Break all the shields. Are they all gone? You got 3. You got 2. No, you've all got 2. Okay. We are not yet. We are still gonna. Is our puppet ready? Puppet is ready. Let's go ahead and do the big boy. This will just make sure we stay alive this turn. And I think this does get rid of the seashell stacks after, which is kind of lame, but it's okay. Yeah, you know, let's just keep breaking all the shields. That's like the biggest thing is like, once the shields are gone, you're just in a happy spot. We don't want you to attack him. We can have you attack. It doesn't matter, right? Just attack him. And then you don't have enough HP. Uh-oh. All right, well, don't worry. We brought another one. Curse damage to all foes. Does it matter who you hit? I don't think so. Oh, that was quite a bit. He had 6 curse stacks on him. All right, we got damage. Your HP is really low, bro. I don't know how we got your HP so low. I don't feel like I ever had let your HP run that low. Sorry, you know, I've done this fight like 5 times at this point because I recorded this video without audio, which the audio is on. It is. Step 1, should check that, huh? Yeah, start hitting this one. Yeah, the Glimmer Dagger actually was... I think the Glimmer Dagger kept him with enough HP where it mattered. I need these guys to die. I think you need to start targeting him, though. I need you to get, like, max damage on additional characters. I don't want you to have, like, excess damage going into a guy that's almost dead. Do you have your gun? Not yet. So I take it back. I do want you to do this. So Wonder looks like he's got the HP now. So you should be able to switch back to this. Yeah. I skipped over it by mistake. Pop, 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 pop. Man, that damage is so low. I might need to use my highlight here just to get through the damage in time. Like, again, I did it without my highlight, but it does feel like without the Glimmer Dagger, it's actually causing this to be more difficult. Not getting those gavel stacks is a big deal. Sorry, we still got time. We still got time. We're only on turn 50. You're not going to wait any longer, right? They don't have any juice? They don't have any juice. Just start hitting someone you can. And this is a little bit of shield. I mean, that was a pretty good hit. Do we keep them all getting lower and lower? I think we do. Because we still, like, don't want you to overkill. It's very important to us that you do your job. Yeah, let's... Okay, you got your defense down. I wish it reloaded all the way. The fact that it doesn't is kind of sad, but it's, you know, whatever, I guess. You ready to die? Thought that guy was invincible for a second there. He's basically God. Uh-oh. Wonder's gonna die. Wonder, you could die, but I want you to know that I don't forgive you. We'll finish the fight even with a dead Wonder. He has a chance to survive. Yeah, bro. Bro, we're so good at this game. Okay. All right, let's be a little more careful this turn cycle. Okay. We're gonna do this again. I'll admit, like, this is close. All right, we had him down to 57 HP, him pretty low as well. But again, like, I've done this fight enough times to know that we're going to succeed. It's just a matter of playing through it, even though it does feel very close. I think you have to hit. God, your highlight would be so good here. Why don't I just use your highlight? We might have to use a highlight to get in under the turns this time. You still got this. All right. We're getting there. Boom. No problem. We got enough shield for days. We are down to our last 15 actions. I think I won in 72, 74 actions last time. All right. Oh, we should use your gun. Oh, we should use her gun. Would have been a great chance to show it off. It's all right. We're still going to be fine. We're going to be close, but we're going to be fine. No gun yet. It's okay. Smash it. If we would use her gun, I think we would have been over here. Maybe we could use Wonder's gun, because Wonder doesn't have enough of this, so now let's go ahead and do this, right? Good hit. 71. Oh, it counts their actions? Does it? Are we at 72? That's not fair. You're not allowed to count their actions. They're cheaters. They're cheaters, bro. 73. 74. 75. Not even close. All right, see, it's a pretty easy fight. I'll admit, I definitely did some misplays there. I actually think the Glimmer Dagger might have been better because it lets Yuki have her rank up more. But what I kind of wanted to show you is how I beat the fight. And again, at this point, I have beaten it 4 or 5 times because of the video. I did it a bunch. All right. This team has worked many times. Totally good. It's really, you just got to focus down the main guy. Once the main guy is dead, a little bit of sustain and just a little bit of damage, you'll be able to get through it, honestly. It's not too bad. But yeah, overall, it was a fun fight, a little easier than I was hoping. I was hoping it would make me, and again, I didn't use highlights, right? So that would have been another pretty big boon. Anyway, guys, that's all for this one. Let me know how you beat the fight. What would you switch in this team? What are some free-to-play strategies for this fight that you would recommend? Anyway, much love. Per platypus is per platypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!